Everything has been fine here in the Bahamas until what happened today. When you see that picture that I just showed, you see a few scratches here and there, but it's more than that. My left hand, I still have the some scratches and bruises here. It's fractured from these two fingers, and I can't close it completely. Well, I can close it now better than earlier today. I have to put my hand in ice, whenever I have a chance. But I woke up this morning and I thought, hey, let's go check out the island. We'll hop on a bike and we'll ride along the coast and stop wherever we want. That's what I've done in other trips. I've rented a bike in Aruba, Thailand, Hawaii, different places, and it's awesome because you have all this freedom and it's fun. It's just you and the road. You're on this bike and you have a sandwich or whatever on your backpack, and oh, I like the view in this place. You stop, you park your bike, and you just lay there and enjoy the view, and then okay, let's go check out another place. You hop on the bike and you move on. So I thought, hey, let's do that here, So I went across the street from my hotel here, the Sheraton, and I saw this place that had bikes for rent. So I talked to this young guy, and I said, hey, I'm interested in renting a bike. So he said, sure, come over to the office. So we started doing all the paperwork, and he asked me for a deposit, for a $90 deposit. I said, well, here's my credit card, and just like I've done it in other places, other countries. And he said, hey, our credit card machine is not working, the whatever you call that thing. He said, go to an ATM and get some cash. But I didn't like that. I said, hey, I'm just across the street. If something happens, but I doubt it, and I'll pay you cash. So he said, sure. So we went out again, and I was going to look for my bike, and there was this bike on the floor without the seat. Some guy was working on it, and then he tells him, to hurry up. And I asked him, is that gonna be my bike? He goes, yes, that's gonna be your bike. So you gotta be kidding. That bike, look at it, it's probably not working. He said, oh, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. So they put the bike together, and then the guy was working on the motor. He started moving something, and he tells me, oh, he's just making he's making your bike faster. He's gonna make it real fast now. So I thought, all right, whatever. So I get on the bike, and he gives me a couple of instructions on how to turn on the bike, how to use the kickstand and all that. And before I left, I saw that the tank was empty. I was looking at the panel, and it showed that the tank was empty, was blinking. And I told him, hey, look, the tank is empty. And he said, oh, don't worry, tank is full. Look, let me show you. So he opens, he takes out the top, the cover, whatever you call it, of the tank. And I look inside, and yes, it was full indeed. So I thought, I tell him, what's going on? This bike is not working. He said, oh, it's fine, it's fine. And I just wanted to take off and start my little adventure around the island. So I just thought, like, let's just go. It runs, it should be fine. Ooh, what a mistake. So there I go, and I hit the road. Vroom, 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 vroom. And it was awesome. The air was hitting my face, and the weather was just fine, and it was awesome. It was just me and the road. So I was enjoying the view. On my right side I could see the beaches, the ocean, the sky, and on my left side I could see all those colorful houses that are very typical from here, very common here in the Bahamas. and there was a stop sign right ahead, and well, I thought we have to brake, we have to stop. So I hit the brakes, but I felt they were a bit hard. I pressed on the brakes, and then I had to go harder until the bike stopped. So I continued going on the road, and then I started to get momentum. The bike I just started to go faster, and then I thought, well, let's brake with the motor. So I stopped hitting the gas, but the bike wouldn't slow down. That's when I thought, uh-oh, something's wrong with this bike. Because when you're riding a bike and you stop accelerating, the bike will gradually start to slow down. So for all you guys that have ridden a moped before, a scooter, you know that you accelerate, and if you let go, starts to slow down, right? But not on this bike, So so I was going on a straight road, and I'm going, I let go, and it goes, and it's not stopping. So I just decided to just press on both brakes, the left and the right, and then that's when my bike started to skid on the road, because there was some sand from the beach on the road, and my bike started to skid, and that's when I flew over my bike and I landed right there on the road, on the side of the road, and thank God there was no traffic coming from the other side, because it was a two-way street. So I landed on the floor, and I hit the side of my body, my knee, and my hand, and the car started to stop and see what was going on. Then I saw this couple. They were tourists like me, and they stopped in the other side of the road, and they were probably from, I don't know, I'm guessing that they could have been from France or from Brazil. They were trying to speak English to me and Spanish, and I'm guessing that by their English accent and Spanish accent, they were probably from a Portuguese-speaking country or a French-speaking country. So, well, anyways, it doesn't matter where they're from. What matters to me the most is that they could have continued going their way, because, I mean, you rent a bike and you have a limit of time. So you don't want to waste your time, right? You want to go out and enjoy your adventure. But this couple, I'll say they were in their 60s probably. They had gray hair on both of them. And they stopped on the side of the road, and they ran across the street to where I was, and they picked me up. I was sitting on the floor, on the street, and they picked me up. They shake off the dust from my back. They helped me pull my bike out of the way, and the lady got my backpack and she put it on my back, and then they tried to communicate with me in English, saying things like, you fine? And I was like, hey, thank you very much. I'm just a little bit nervous. I'm scared of what happened, but I should be fine. So they just stood there with me, just making sure I was fine. And then they took out a map and told me and asked me, mixing English and Spanish, where did I rent my bike? And on the map I told them this is where I'm staying, and the bike rental place is just across the street. I don't have a phone with me, and I would like to talk to these people so they can come and pick me up. And they told me that they would go to that place to talk to these people and tell them to pick me up. So they left, and like 40 minutes later, the people from the rental company came over to pick me up. And that's when things got pretty bad. So about 40-45 minutes, these two guys from the bike rental place arrived, and then they asked me what happened, and I told them, hey, your bike doesn't have brakes. The brakes are not working. And then he got a screwdriver and moved something in there, and he said, there. And I said, no. You guys almost killed me with this bike. No way, I'm riding this bike again, or any of your bikes. I told the guy, you know what? I want you guys to take me back, and I want my money back. This is just not right. So one of them told me, okay, hop on the back, let's go back. And on the way back, on a stop sign, the guy goes, you have to pay for the damages. I said, I'm not paying for anything. Are you going to pay for my doctor if something happened to me? And I said, if your bike was working, none of this would have happened. But we remained quiet, and we rode all the way back to the shop, to the rental place. And we got off the bikes, and then he says, okay, let me give you the total of the damages. And I said, no, you're going to give me back my money because I paid for your service, which is a bike that works. And right off the start, right off the bat, your bike was not working. And I told you, hey, am I going to be using that bike over there, the one that your guy is fixing on the floor? And even the gas thing on the panel was not working. I told you, man, hey, you gave me a bike that was not working. Now I want my money back, Hey, I'm not even done with the 3-4 hours that I was going to rent the bike. So give me my money. And the guy refused. He even cursed at me. So I went to I came back to the hotel, and the people here gave me such great service because even though it was not their problem, I'm just their guest. I'm just staying here at their hotel. They saw my bruises. They asked me if I was fine, and I told them I was not. And I explained him everything that I have explained in this video, in a shorter version, of course. And they asked me for the phone number of that place, and I told them it's just across the street. So they knew what I was talking about. So they got on the phone, and they fought for me. This is service. I think this has nothing to do with the Sheraton. But they decided to back me up like that. So they called the guy over, and we meet there at the hotel lobby, and we try to talk about this again. And the guy refused to give me a refund. He kept saying, hey, but you didn't give me a deposit. I said, but that's not my problem. I gave you my credit card to run it on the machine, and your machine was not working. You didn't even have one. I said, so well, thank God I didn't give him my credit card, because imagine what the problem would have been bigger. So after debating for a few minutes, the guy just goes, you know what, I'm not giving you anything. So he walks off. But I was not done yet. There's a police station less than a block away from this hotel. So I went over there, and I told them everything that happened with detail. And I just followed their instructions. So I hopped on the police car with them, and we went over to the bike rental place. The guy was sitting outside, and I got off the car with these two policemen, and he just didn't care. He said it out loud. I'm not giving you any refund, man. You're just wasting your time. And the police was there with me. So one of the policemen asked him to go inside to the office, and I think the owner was there, or the manager. And the three of them went inside, and after 10 or 15 minutes, the guy comes out with a smile and acting, humble and apologetic. Hey, I'm sorry for what happened. I hope you get better, and here's your money. So he gave me my refund. So sure, it was an uncomfortable experience, but at the same time, I just thought it was awesome how this hotel, the Sheraton Beach Resort, backed me up. They got my back and did something about it. And also this couple, I just hope I see them again. I'm gonna be here for 4 more days, and I just hope I can see this couple again and tell them that their help was just awesome, you know, and it will stay in my heart how they just got out of their way to help me, and they didn't let no language barrier get in the way to show me that they just wanted to give me a hand. And before I go to sleep tonight, I'm going to pray for them and just ask God to continue blessing their lives, you know. And well, that's my experience for today. Tomorrow should be a better day, and I'm not gonna let this experience try to spoil my vacation. So everything should be fine. I should be feeling better, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.